To the town of Opry rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip. And he's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more, 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead. And he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red, after Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death, about to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red had not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped. And the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. Big iron, when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip.
between the ruling gang known as the Kings and the large number of NCR squatters seeking refuge there. The leader of the Kings, who would only identify himself as the King, voiced his displeasure, calling NCR citizens, quote, the devil in disguise. He added he didn't want to see the NCR in the ghetto and called for a mass, quote, return to sender. In addition, a Legion slaver party was wiped out in a failed raid of the Bitter Springs refugee camp, with 2 armed civilians inflicting heavy Legion casualties. One witness said, quote, God sent us 2 angels, and at least one had him a .308 caliber flaming sword of justice with a telescopic sight. We'll have more news for you at the top of the hour. And now, I'd like to play one of my very favorite songs for you.
Blue moon,
after a long absence. Listeners say the new programming is, quote, less for outcasts, more for weirdos. Those are our stories for this hour. This is Mr. New Vegas signing off. Just kidding. I'm not going anywhere. My love for you is too strong. In New Vegas, we know the pain that numbers can bring us. Well, so does Guy Mitchell, who's got heartaches by the number.
Heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Heartache number one was when you left me. I never knew I could hurt this way. And heartache number two was when you came back again. You came back but never meant to stay. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Heartache number three was when you called me and said that you were coming back to stay. With hope, Lord, I waited for you, knocked on the door. I waited, but you must have lost your way. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. New Vegas. Thank you very, very much for listening. If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment. Tensions are brewing in Freeside between the ruling gang known as the Kings and the large number of NCR squatters seeking refuge there. The leader of the Kings, who would only identify himself as the King, voiced his displeasure, calling NCR citizens, quote, the devil in disguise. He added he didn't want to see the NCR in the ghetto and called for a mass, quote, return to sender. Also, Gomorrah is under new management after the sudden departure of Omerta bosses Nero and Big Saul. The casino's new managers
Slew.
Before he left, Nero told me him and Big Saul were real tight, see?
Did you win it
Said they
today,
were gonna
bro?
go camping
Did you
up
win the
Lake Beach.
lottery?
Said he'd always wanted to sleep with the lake lurks.
You know they say that no news is good news, but
Hey,
I think
smell
my
it just like
program would be
booze.
awfully dull if that were the case. More classic
Yeah.
coming right up for you, so stay tuned.
You go take care of something. Didn't mean to be gone that long. That's all right. Started. Good time. People to show up. Oh, I think I already did. It's just a history museum, whatever. Kind of like a schoolhouse, sort of. I think there's a snow globe in one of these, isn't there? Yeah. Yeah, I was right about that one. There's a skill book here too. Like not a magazine, but like an actual skill book. If I remember right. Shit, maybe it is just magazines. Pete. Doesn't Pete give us the history lesson?
Mother Pearl sent word that you'd be stopping by. You must be eager to hear the story of our people. Gosh, there's a lot of folks. Argyle's our doctor. He could use help tending to any injured we got. Over at the workshop, Loyal and Jack are always building something. The Loyal may not be too happy to see your kind running around Nellis. Me? I'm Pete, keeper of the story.
Little Pete
I know
bro.
I seem kind
It's
of
Pete
young.
bro.
I was the apprentice keeper of the story until a couple months ago. But old Keeper Don, well, whiskey and landmines don't go together. So it's up to me.
Whiskey and
I think I want
landmines.
to know everything about
Lessons learned at a young age.
it. Wonderful. I'm sure you've noticed the mural on the wall of this hut. Shall I tell you what it all means? Excellent. Imagine you're the first outsider to ever hear our tale.
This goes.
Ages ago, long before I was born, we lived underground. Everyone had guns, but the overseer wouldn't let us.
This is the
explode
vault
in it.
Haversam
Not even a hand grenade.
came from, right?
We left and wandered the wastes. There were savages with knives. We blew them up with frag mines and grenades, burned them with
We
flamethrowers.
blew them up.
It was neat, but there was a downside. For every 43.6 savages we killed, we lost
43.6 to 1.
A new home. We needed Nellis.
Okay.
Here we have prospered and multiplied. Here our mighty guns destroy any savages who might try to harm us
Savages.
before they can even reach our gates.
Savages.
Well, until... But... Not saying you want to harm us or you're a savage, but
You might be, so
Nellis has
just be
revealed
warned.
many secrets. It has taught us how to fly the bombers once based here, and it has taught us where to find one.
Cool.
And that is our story so far. For this last image is our future. To restore the bomber, to fly the open skies in armored safety, raining high explosive ordnance upon ignorant savages. This is our destiny.
What
I'm
ignorant
pleased that you listened to the
savages.
entire story. Perhaps there are details you'd like to know more about. Let me know.
This is what happens when you come down south. When you come around,
Hello.
oh shit, Arkansas,
See ya.
Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, whatever. Fucking savages. How many savages are there? There's 100. I got a gun for each one of those. I'm serious. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Alright. No regrets. Totally worth it. raining ordnance on ignorant savages. Oh shit. That is literally the best. So that's a fixing things, but there's lots of materials in here too, isn't there? Scrap metal's the thing, man. To be honest. Oh wow. Howitzer firing mechanism? I think I need that for something. Wait, hold on. Shit, I've got it now. It's a quest item. God damn it. I hope that doesn't weigh anything. Wait, duct tape? Let's see. I don't have any duct tape. Okay, well, so much for that. And I got all that shit back at, what is it, Novak. I prefer going to Novak and just using whoever's with me to craft shit. I mean, if you need something you can only do at a campfire, there's no campfire. I mean, I don't know why the stoves don't work in the Lucky 38, but there's nothing that can be used as a campfire up there. And that's the one thing Edie doesn't do, and Veronica too. Grab a few more scrap metal. Those are kind of hard to come by.
If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment. There's word in from Camp McGarrett that an attempt to bomb its monorail system was foiled by an alert civilian contractor. Security is being tightened. Moving on. The Black Mountain radio signal is back after a long absence. Listeners say the new programming is, quote, less for outcasts, more for weirdos.
There we go.
Those are our stories.
Thought there was one somewhere.
This is Mr. New Vegas signing off. Just kidding. I'm not going anywhere. My love for you is too strong. You know, sometimes the journey beats the destination.
Damn.
And especially if your spurs go jingle, jangle, jingle, and you meet some nice gals along the way.
Oh, missiles. I don't know if they'll let you turn in missiles that you've taken from them, though. That's a good question. Not really sure about that. Some of these magazines, I've got like 15, 16 magazines. Well, 10, 12, 15, yeah. Got a lot of that shit. Programs Digest? Party Time Mentats is good. I've been making those when I can. Go, I found the skill book. I think there may be another skill book here somewhere. Not really sure. Is there injured here? So I'm probably gonna have to work on him, right? I think it's another one of those things. Okay, I see surgical tubing. If it asks me to have any of this stuff, probably not going to have it. Let's just hope we don't need any of this. That's one good thing. There probably is. No, there's probably a mod for it. I seriously would not doubt it that there's a mod for that. If not, I don't think it's that hard to do. You just apply the same, do they call it a place marker? I don't know if they call it a place marker. I think a place marker is where you get an NPC to go there and do something like an animation. Like a place marker is when an NPC is standing behind a bar and they pull out their rag and they start wiping down the bar. That's a place marker. It tells that NPC to do that animation randomly or whatever at that spot. Here, let me save. I don't know if that's what you call it, but anyway, the same thing that you have at a campfire, because not all campfires look exactly the same. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, some are just a tire with some wood, and some of them are like a stack of wood, whatever. It's just a place marker that you can activate when, you know, it's got a prompt. And you can activate it, and it opens that menu. It's not It's not like that hard.
Courier found shot in the head near
You could apply that to. You could apply that to.
consciousness and made a full recovery.
Technically, I think you can apply it to Edie.
Service you can count on.
You can just give Edie that ability or something with a mod. It wouldn't be hard to do anyway. I'm not like I know how to do it like just right off the top of my head, but wouldn't be hard to figure out. You could probably go Google it with a little bit of knowledge of modding, be able to do it yourself.
But I think my program
I don't know if you'd have to create an ESP for it or not, but whatever.
were the case. More
Probably,
clients coming
because
right
you'd probably have
for
to
you.
apply something, add something to the world in assigned spots. So it wouldn't be like a randomly generated thing, like loot. Like this custom weapon can now appear in like bandit or raider inventory type of thing. That's hard. But like a set static thing that does something when you approach it, that's not that hard. Would be cool though. And maybe not stoves and like just some burned out, dilapidated shack, but like in certain places. Like, trying to think if you've got in the Novak hotel room, I don't think you have one. But like there is a stove over in that tent where everybody kind of where the doctor's usually hanging out, like right across the street from Novak. There's that tent set up and it's got a fire barrel and shit, and it's got a stove in there. That stove should work. Or else it's there for no reason, right? I'm gonna see what this dude requires.
Watchers, I know Mother Pearl is letting you wander Nellis as you please, outsider, but I have patients to tend to.
Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around.
I'm afraid medications are in short supply. Maybe you should seek medical treatment away from Nellis. Sorry, friend. We really don't have a need for wasteland currency around here. We produce most of what we need.
Damn.
I have 3 patients here who were gravely injured fighting those giant ants in the generator building a few days ago. I've stabilized their wounds, but they're in bad shape. Do you have medical training?
But the outlaw didn't worry men that tried before a day.
If what you say is true, you can do us a world of good.
20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with
Interesting, that didn't count for XP.
big iron on his heel. The morning passed so quickly it was
I'm guessing today's physician. I don't know how many of those do I have.
it was 20
I've used a lot.
when they walked out in the street.
Party time mentats. That gives us what? Another +2 intelligence. Anything else?
To meet his death.
I don't think I have anything else that raises intelligence.
There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play.
Yeah. Maybe just regular mentats. I probably don't have any because I used them. Okay, well let's just hope that works.
Leather for a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment, and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip.
Well, you brought him around.
Tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
That was some evening.
Big iron, big iron. When he tried to
There, we're about to level up here. Alright. At 26, we get Tunnel Runner. Dude, I take Tunnel Runner. Dude, you can move faster and sneak than you can normally. Like, basically. And I think if you got the light armor perk to stack with it, you move, like, even faster.
When an irresistible force such as you meets an old immovable object like me, you can bet just as sure as you live,
I'm slowly getting that up there.
If I haven't said it before, outsider, let me say it now. Welcome to Nellis.
Oh, he changed his tune a little bit, didn't he?
Greeted as a friend. Those men owe you their lives. Seems we could learn a thing or two from you savages when it comes to medicine.
Oh, you savages! You savages!
You've done right by us, so I suppose I could spare some supplies. We recently started making our own stim packs, but we just don't have the materials to make other meds. Sorry about the lack of selection.
You got frags, bro? It's got to have some frags, and you know, throw some of that shit in there too, right? How much? Let me see. Take MedX. Sell that here, can I? Let me get some buff outs. That's cool. There, pick these off my hand. Tired of them being in my inventory. Wait, hold on.
To the town of our free rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to
Another
say.
satisfied customer. Bye.
No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to.
So we got some XP out of that.
Stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came right
So we're cool, I guess, right?
slowly looking all around.
I think that maybe it's the last thing to do. Yeah, because we already, like, repaired all their solar panels and shit. Although, I think I did it before getting the quest to do it, so, like, I didn't even get paid for it. Which kind of sucks, but whatever. So we're going here.
Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and
Rip, you have done well to earn the trust of my people, child.
pistol numbered 1 in 19 more, 1 in 19 more.
I believe the time has come for you to show your value in full. The people have come to accept having you around. Find Loyal and ask him about our people's fondest dream. He will tell you what to do next.
Did we get to raise the bomber? This is my shit right here. This is my jam, raising the bomber. Although I remember a lake lurks being a problem. What about the boomer to raise the bomber from the bottom of the lake? It's like kind of a cool plan. I mean, I don't see how you could get the thing flight worthy, but wait, why is it sending me? What the fuck? Why is it? Oh, I'll say, why is it sending me like off the base? I watched a couple Bad Electrician videos, and in at least 2 different cases, under like extreme circumstances, like this is like in wartime when you're getting like, you know, bombed and invaded and all kinds of other shit, right? World War II stuff, but scrapped bombers that like didn't have engines or like anything, no controls, no, everything had been stripped out of them. They basically just went strategically acquired everything they needed to not only get the planes flight worthy. Like one dude did it by himself. Dude, it's a really, really good story. And it's not bullshit either. Like, it's shit that actually happened. It's history. But it's amazing what you can do. If you want to get into the air, God damn it, an American's going to make it happen.
Pearl sent word saying it's all right to tell you about the lady in the water. No, those aren't for outsiders to use. Leave them alone. Well, if you genuinely care so much, they're flight simulators. If you don't know our history yet, you should see Pete and get the tour. We dream to one day rule the skies.
Air superiority. Air superiority. True story.
A long time ago, long before the war that killed just about everything that ever lived, a bomber crashed not far from here. A bomber was a flying contraption that could drop explosives down on anything it flew over. But anyway, moving on. This bomber crashed down.
He's about to call the doctor if it lasted longer than 4 hours. He's about to have to make that call. He could drop explosives on anybody. Okay, hold on. All right, give me a second.
Fly, but had a lot of spare parts, see? Get where I'm going? Since I was a young man, I've dreamed of raising that lady from the lake and bringing her back to life. What do you say? Simple. Attach deployable ballast to the plane and float it on up. Here is a remote detonator. Once the ballast is attached to the plane, just hit the detonator from the shore and let buoyancy handle the rest.
It's about the stupidest idea I ever heard of, but it works, so... Silly.
Maybe you don't understand. Hasn't been one of us, not a one, to set a foot outside Nellis and over.
So they all got agoraphobia or whatever that shit's called?
Your knowledge of the outside, and it seems the time's come to raise the lady after all.
That actually makes sense. You're cool with the outside, we're cool here. We don't blow you up, we help you out. You go give us a bomber, we'll help you out even more. Because there's nothing more they want to do than to get that motherfucker and keep it in the air and just drop all their bombs on everybody. Because it just sounds like fun. I'm serious. These guys are serious. Alright. I'm trying to think of who these people would like represent like in the real world. There's always like some kind of analogy or parallel, right? Some kind of stereotype or something. Maybe Britain? I don't know. Yeah, maybe, actually.
Good. Here's the deployable ballast. Go find the plane, attach the ballast, and hit the button.
Without drowning?
Might try holding your breath.
Well,
If that
fuck
doesn't
you.
Sound good enough, talk to Jack.
Wait, fuck
He was
you.
working on a rebreather.
Might try holding your breath. Smart ass. Dude, how many medals you got? Who'd you steal that jacket from? I'd have slapped the shit out of you for saying that. Might want to try holding your breath. Asshole. What a dick. Might want to try holding your breath. Fuck you. What? I'm sorry, that was kind of funny. You might want to try holding your breath. You might want to try a taste of my family's mace. That's what a dwarf would have told you, you son of a bitch. Alright, hold on. Well, yeah, of course I'm talking to Jack. Okay. I was about to say, I've got 2 quest markers. Son of a bitch. Might want to try holding your breath. Dude, I love that dwarf, man. You might want to try a taste of my family's mace. Oh, man. There's a parliament that actually does that, man. They have, like, full-on riots, too. I'm trying to remember. Well, I mean, at least that's what it looks like in the videos, man. I saw a video of a... I don't think it was, like... It might have been one of the countries in the UK. I think it was, like, some... Like Scandinavia or something, like, you know, it's just...
Troublesome Legion camp got razed to the ground. Thank you for getting me here. Jack is a great guy.
You're welcome. Alright, anyway. Hilarious, though.
I've never been so happy in my entire life.
Good for you, bro.
I just need some parts from a pressure cooker to create a hermetic seal for the rebreather.
Corn silk, rubber hose, and removable adhesive.
That's a brilliant idea. I can put that together right now. Here you go. A new rebreather.
Thank God I knew that. Cause where the fuck do you find a pressure cooker? Probably go to McCarran and you know, sabotage what's left of their food making capabilities, which might actually be doing them a favor, but all right.
Bye.
All right, so we got a rebreather now. A rebreather, and you can keep the thing. Like, this isn't the only time that it actually serves a purpose. Like, there's shit you can actually do with this thing. Yeah, you need duct tape. There's one. So I had to say something about it. Like, it's about damn time. Dude, I probably got enough to make like 30 weapon repair kits. I just don't think we need a money grab anymore. I don't think money's like a big enough issue anymore. That's what weapon repair kits are for. I mean, you can repair your own shit, cool, but I've already been all through here. About to meet his death. Big iron on his hip. All right. Cheers, guys. Got one of these cool things, man. See? Get all of it in here. Nice. What's up, Night? Okay. Big eye on us. Big eye on us. Hit. Big eye on us. Hit. Dude, like, I want to set the world on fire, and this has got to be the New Vegas one. The Big Iron is all about like the Rangers and the 44 Magnum and the that one 357. I forget what it's called. Is it called Big Iron? I don't know. Anyway, I guess we're gonna do this. Yeah, and I guess we're literally gonna just go friggin' do this. Shit. Yeah, we might be in trouble here. If we get hit with Cazadors and a Legion assassins at the same time. Some shit like that. I'd just rather approach from a distance. These are probably all lake lurks too. I don't see them really doing anything. So these assholes are out here again. I can't believe I actually... Beautiful. Like, there's bonuses for just killing abominations too. He's been hiding here since the beginning of the game. Well, this is interesting. The Cathedral will start drowning eventually. Oh, and Boone isn't wasting 700 or 850 rounds on this shit either.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our program. This is meant to New Vegas, and each and
Like that
every
one.
one of you is wonderful in your own special way. We've got some news for you coming right
Was that the head?
Fended off a mob of escaped convicts after organizing an impromptu militia. This, according to an old man armed to the teeth with dynamite. Also, rumors persist about a super mutant.
Are you telling me that first shot with a 95% hit chance was a miss?
Find it. Do not, repeat, do not belittle a super mutant for taking the bunny slope. Those were tough stories. Got some dean.
Okay, it had no hit points. It had already been dead for like 20 minutes. Okay, that was just glitched as fuck. But that thing was glitched since the first time we came here. It got underwater. It couldn't attack. It couldn't move. It got froze. Yeah, we couldn't do anything with it. All right, so at least we solved that problem. There's one of those assholes out there. I think. Yeah, but I can't catch him if he's behind that. Beautiful. Crimson Desert, how are you liking that? I wasn't a fan of what I saw from Crimson Desert. That didn't look like something I wanted to do. It had I'm sorry, man. It had too much of an Assassin's Creed vibe to me. I hope that's not the case, but that's what it looked like to me. So I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying that's what it looked like. Okay, so before you get all like, oh no, that's fine. That's what it looked like. You get the fuck? What, you ran up in front of my scope on purpose? Cool thing about those SMGs, they're gonna do like a lot of crippling and a lot of like cool shit like that. Zelda Breath of the Wild? Yeah, I've heard of that, obviously. I've heard of it. But I never heard anything that said, hey, go play this. Nothing ever told me to go play it.
It's just about time to get you some news. Citizens of Outer Vegas are flocking to the Strip in droves amid a wave of terror caused by a band of raiders known as the Fiends. Those who can afford passports are saying the added security is well worth the price of admission. In addition,
Oh, nice shot. Edie did that shit.
Escaped convicts after organizing an impromptu militia. This, according to an old man armed to the teeth with dynamite. Promotional consideration for this news program has been paid for by the Ultralux. The Ultralux. Live life in the lap of luxury. And now, I'd like to play one of my very favorite songs for you.
I'm getting some good solid damage out of this shit. I just want to make sure all these assholes are cleared out because I don't want to leave this shack over here or anything. And get wrecked. Because I don't remember checking this shack. Boat rentals? I don't think I came in here. No, I didn't come in here. Maybe I did. I don't really know. There'll be some Sunset Sarsaparilla caps. There should be some bobby pins. Yeah, I must have come in here. I mean, I didn't take this Wonder Glue. Unless these respawn too, that's possible. Y'all bitches got any duct tape? Bottle cap and a bottle cap. Now there could be a skill book here. I've been here. Yeah, I've definitely been here. I needed that shit. I think I remember finding like a magazine down here on this bottom shelf. That was kind of cool. Yeah, I've been here. I was thinking maybe I just dealt with the Cazadors and left. You do something with this harpoon too, don't you? Maybe? Why would there be a harpoon here?
Should have brought some.
Yeah, it's got to immerse you. Like maybe you start off with like just barely anything and it's just fucking weak sauce, but it makes you want to get stronger. If it's not doing that, then if it's not doing that for you, I totally feel your vibe. Yeah, I probably would not like it either, and I'd probably be saying the same thing. Oh, more modern fluff. No, all hat, no cattle. All hat, no cattle. It's probably beautiful though, right? At least in some places. I think it's done on the Unreal, so. Probably like Ghost of Tsushima quality or something. That's what I would think it would be. I would assume. Oh, wow. It only replaces the glasses. Water breathing. Cool. Let me see something real quick.
Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a
I
dress?
might. Give me that.
Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress?
She already got her dress. You can't give her the rebreather. But your companions don't need a rebreather, which is interesting. That it doesn't even... It's not even an option in their inventory. Which is actually kind of cool. Oh. Well, I mean, remember, it's made by people, and that is their jam. Okay, so maybe it would make the game more enjoyable to go into it with an actual MMO mentality. Because that's literally who made the game. This is Black Desert Online, right? Pearl Abyss, right? I believe Pearl Abyss. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's who made it. Same people that made Black Desert Online. It's like a really MMO. It's almost more MMO than fucking Final Fantasy. Literally. It's like, I don't know, probably like World of Warcraft level something, maybe even worse. Just saying, not that that's a bad thing, unless that's not your jam, and then, yeah, it's a bad thing then. If you don't like that shit, then that's a bad thing. I agree. Just take that into consideration, that's exactly who made the game, so it should feel like an MMO. A single-player MMO. You know, Frosty. You know Frosty, right? Frosty just got done with Final Fantasy 13. She said she platinumed it. I have no idea how much fucking grinding went into that. I can just imagine. Why is there a shopping cart down here? Dude, there's fucking fish. What's a fish? Well, now we know. There it is. There's that beautiful... There's that beautiful baby right there. I think there's a Lake Lurk cave down here, too. There is something in that Lake Lurk cave which I remember actually wanting. Where do you put the ballast? Yeah, here you go. You're the tow winch. Oh, that's... Okay. So what do? Shoot the harpoon at something and that's your tow winch? What, are you either supposed to catch it or let it just pierce your ship and bring you in? Maybe that's actually a thing. I don't know. Okay, they got some work to do with these propellers. I know that. They did a better job underwater than they did in Fallout 3. What the fuck is there gore bags down here?
Possible causes suggested were engineering mistakes, century-old equipment, and the fact that the
That's weird.
were piloted by a cult of crazy ghouls. In addition, a hostage crisis between the NCR and the Great Khans was resolved peacefully when a third-party negotiator successfully secured the hostage's release. This program was brought to you by Gamora. Gamora. It'll be our secret.
Okay, we gotta find a place where we can...
Now it's about a guy who's cold on the exterior, but deep down, you know, he's a good man. And his name is
Stalactites, stalagmites. Glowing mushrooms, even down here. They say the water has no rads, so... Are these glowing mushrooms a sign of something a little bit darker? Dude, what the fuck, man? Wow, okay, you can go like way down here, can't you? This is kind of beautiful. Can you imagine being in here without the rebreather, though? You don't like even have time to explore, you're just... I do like, kind of like how the light is coming in. How do y'all like how I'm getting fucking lost, too? Because I have no idea where I'm at. No, seriously. There's no loot to be found here? Dude, there's no reward for exploring? Are you kidding me? Can't go here. You would think some of these... Just a dead end? No, ain't no fucking way. And the light's not helping either, is it? So what's all this? Oh, okay, maybe there is something down here. Old cars? Or something? Dude, how is there not, like, at least, like, something? Like, if this was Fallout 3, there would be a bobblehead down here. Like, in some weird-ass shit, like, specifically right here, you know? And if you didn't go look there, and if you're trying to do this shit without water breathing, you'd just be dead. It'd just be trial and error, I guess. I don't know. Or it's just a way to just get yourself lost and kill you? That's actually... That actually makes sense. I could see that. Okay, I don't even know how I got in here. Now, yeah, I'm actually lost. Alright, let's get out of here this way. Dude, all this shit on the ground, you'd think there'd be something. Maybe there is. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough. There might actually be something here, and I'm just not seeing it. Like maybe an Easter egg, you know, just some little cool thing that's like, oh my god, well that's cool. Now I got to see that. At least something. There's gonna be a shit ton of enemies around here.
It's me again, Mr. New Vegas, reminding you that you're nobody till somebody loves you. And that somebody is me. I love you. I've got news for you. There's word in from Camp McGarrett that an attempt to bomb its monorail system was foiled by an alert civilian contractor.
Dude, how's there nothing here? Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, there's like nothing here.
Legion outpost Nelson after heavy fighting. NCR officials are calling this a big win for troop morale. And
remember. It seems like I strictly remember finding something in Lake Mead. Cave. Whatever. Well, shit. I don't know, bro. Let me look at where we're at. I need to get out of here, I guess. Yeah, like there's... It's not... If there's something major I'm missing here, let me know. Like, I mean, you don't even have to tell me where... I mean, well, you can do what you want, but... Say, don't tell me where it's at, necessarily. Just tell me, hey, like, you're missing, like, some major shit. Like, something super, super extra gangster major. And I'm... Whatever. I told you I got lost. Like, came all the way down in here and... Okay, so how did I actually get... Okay, so... Well, the way out is here. Right? Yeah, it's here. It's gonna be to the right somewhere. I guess. Gotta go upstairs to get there? No enemies in here, though. I remember there being lake lurks in here. So, oh, here it is, right here. Yeah, I really believe the whole thing is that it's literally the MMO mentality. Like, it's like literally what it is. You know, while we're down here, man, we can go look around and see if there's anything buried on the bottom of the lake. Anybody ever heard of finding something really spectacular on the bottom of the lake? Like, I don't know, some stupid service rifle that somebody lost off their boat or, you know, some stupid shit like that? You just got a nice exploring down here. It's peaceful. And we still, the Pip-Boy still works too, so we got music, we got jams and shit. While we're just, you know, swimming around, got our flippers on and shit. Just doing stuff. See the groups of tires, but I don't there hasn't even been like a sunken ammo case or anything. The one sunken ship had some gore bags. Not sure who keeps gore bags unless lake lurks or something similar, like some crazy Vault-Tec experiment with like combining fish and man and stuff. I wouldn't doubt it. I could totally believe it. I don't see anything down here, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna search 1,000 square miles to try to find something that may or may not be there. I mean, sometimes I might. If I had an idea where to look, I might, but yeah, this doesn't work for me. I can just feel my character's skin starting to look like, you know, prune skin. All right, so that's the little platform, the scavenger's platform right there. You'd think something may have dropped from there down into the water. That would make sense. Right? Now that would make sense. A gun, a key, some random friggin' key. That would really make sense. Some random key that had something to do with something on the other side of the wasteland. Like, there's like a key or there's something you can find in Fallout 3 that has to do with, like, the Vault-Tec building. And they're, like, literally 1,000 miles and several hundred game hours apart. Like, unless you knew exactly where to go to get this and exactly where to go to do something with it, yeah, you'd have no idea. See, you got stuff like this, but All right. Well, I did some looking around. That's cool. So now they want us to, what, come get it for them too? Or something, right? I don't know. Keep the rebreather, though. The rebreather comes in handy. I better get idolized for this shit. Just saying. See, this is why I want this survival mode in Fallout 3, so all that dirty water and whatever else you got, like, actually comes into play. Sleep, hunger, thirst.
I'm happy you came along. You are the answer to our dreams. It's going to be a dream come true once you've raised that bomber from Lake Mead. That's tremendous. I'll transmit instructions to the robots to start packing up the plane to bring it back to Nellis.
You got robots?
I just told you, the robots are going to handle it. They'll break the plane down into pieces and move it up from Colville Bay in one shot.
Intelligence, huh? This is where intelligence stuff and things, which is cool because I literally had enough intelligence to actually get this. Don't know how I can manufacture more than 2 intelligence unless maybe party time mentats and that's fine. Notice it's not loading the textures anymore. It does this.
I hear you're going to help us.
At Nellis, though. It does this at Nellis, regardless. Even if you got a clear cache, like you see some textures, but that means 2 meshes are here. That's one mesh for the clutter and another mesh for the actual entire floor of this entire world space. And it's broken. Anyway.
It's going to be a dream come true once you've raised that bomber from Lake Mead. That's tremendous. I'll transmit instructions to the robots to start packing up the plane to bring it back to Nellis. I just told you, the robots are going to handle it. They'll break the plane down into pieces and move it up from Colville Bay in one shot.
So I've got a total of an intelligence 7 now?
Exactly. We'll be shelling an unoccupied location in outer Vegas to get their attention elsewhere. By the time they realize they aren't under attack, the plane and the bots will be long gone. The kids wish we were shelling a real target. Pearl thinks it's wise not to start up a war, just as the lady has
The
reason.
kids wish we were selling somebody to just shelling some savages. I mean, you could totally start shelling the Legion encampment. It's not that far away, is it?
Hey, I better get rolling. Jack and I have a lot of work ahead of us.
If you could bomb the Legion encampment, that would end all this right now. I don't know, one shell within 30 miles of me basically killed me. 20 shells in that little bitch-ass encampment where they're all, you know, humping each other's butts and raping the women and molesting the children and sacrificing anybody that they're bored with. Yeah, maybe, yeah, a few shells there. It's a target-rich environment. That's what the Marines would call it. Maybe just take care of that and we can just end a lot of this shit right now.
Just talking about the gamma radiation. More news for you. Gomorrah is under new management after the sudden departure of Omerta bosses Nero and Big Sol. The casino's new manager spoke to reporters.
Before he left, Nero told me him and Big Sol were real tight, see? Said they were gonna go camping up at Lake Mead. Said he'd always wanted to sleep with the lake lurks.
Moving on. Traders from California are
Sleeping with the
being turned away
fishes.
from Mojave Outpost where the NCR is concerned about dangers along Nipton Highway and I-15. Those were our top
I
stories.
hear you're going to help
Ladies and
us.
gentlemen, this next song goes
Hello, friend. How can Mother Pearl be of help today? What you have done for us is a miracle, child. You have fulfilled the only dreams we ever had outside our walls. You are a trusted friend of us all. If there is ever a way for us to help you, child, tell me, and I will make it so.
Yeah, bomb the shit out of the Democrats. Kill every Democrat you see. Like, literally, if you see a Democrat, nuke it. Like, if you got nukes, yeah, drop those too. Just kill every single fucking one of them. So that the world stops sucking.
Of course, my child. After all that you have done for us, we would love to help you in the upcoming battle. After all the training in virtual reality, the young ones would relish an opportunity to put their skills to battle. We'll be there when you need us.
They're gonna have the juniors, man. They're gonna have the little boomers on like the sights and the friggin' the bomb bays and shit in their bomber, and a few howitzers to support. I don't see why they can't train the howitzers on the Legion right now and just be done with it. I like that would literally that would settle things, but
Bye.
maybe that's just out of range. I guess. See, make sure I'm not missing like a skill book or something. So, pretty sure I'm not. All right. Anyway, all right. So that wasn't like as labor intensive as I remember it being, to be honest. All right. I think you can actually go to McCarran, and I think you can take the monorail to the strip. It's still the same number of load screens no matter what you do. That's the shitty part. I'll back. Once I found out the followers of the Apocalypse were an offshoot of the Legion, and they're always trying to subvert the NCR, it just seems like the subtle, underground, hidden, unspoken of, that's why nobody thinks about it, arm of, like, you know, China or Russia in a democratic government, just supplanting shit in the guise of charity and well-being and good vibes, you know, peace, love, tie-dye, and all this other bullshit. And it's just it's as evil as just as evil as its mother country. I mean, communism is 100% satanic. So if they send their spies and their spies are talking a bunch of friendly ass crap, but everything they talk is actually has the venom of a fucking either a scorpion or a freaking serpent, then there you go. Let's see if this guy tries to screw us.
At this rate,
I mean, that's all the politicians do, right?
it's good to see such an outstanding citizen of the NCR. What can I do for you?
No, I read hero, not citizen, bitch.
I hope you've returned with good news. Are they willing to help the NCR?
Yes, they will help us.
That's great. They're going to give us an advantage in the battle ahead. In any event, I have another assignment ready and waiting for you. But we can speak of it later. Rest up. When you're ready, speak to me again.
Actually, sleeping isn't the worst idea. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember the last time I slept, but there's got to be some bunks around here.
Well, hello there. What a coincidence finding you outside the strip. You should have paid your dues, but no, you had to play hard, huh? Now it's our turn. Nobody fucks with the NCR and lives to brag about it. You're dead, punk.
What the fuck?
You
No! Done!
And we're back. This is something magic in the air tonight. And I'm not just talking about the gamma radiation.
No!
Here are our top stories. The NCR
What the
flag
fuck was
satellite
that?
over former Legion outpost Nelson after heavy fighting. NCR officials are calling this a big win for troop morale. In addition, residents of Novak were running for cover following the failed launch of 3 rockets from the Repcon test site. Possible causes suggested were engineering mistakes, century-old equipment, and the fact that the rockets were piloted by a cult of crazy ghouls. You know they say that no news is good
I have
news,
no
but I
idea
think
what the
my
fuck this is
program
about.
would be awfully dull if that were the case.
Anybody want to give me a heads up on that? Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go look that up. Okay, let's just go see what exactly just happened there, because I didn't cause that.
Until the moment we met, I had no one to cling to
about time to get you some news. Residents of Novak were running for cover following the failed launch of 3 rockets from the Repcon test site. Possible causes suggested were engineering mistakes, century-old equipment, and the fact that the rockets were piloted.
The game was rigged from the start. The game was bugged from the start. That's what somebody said here.
A super mutant refuge nestled high in the ski lodge to the northwest. If you should find it, do not, repeat, do not belittle a super mutant for taking the bunny slope.
It sounds like a bug.
That's all for now. This is
It's just a bug.
I'm just no
Fuck. Well, I gotta save.
Crosby,
Maybe he won't do that again.
when you absolutely have to kiss the person you love.
Welcome to the NCR Embassy. How can I help you? I don't have time to give my life story to everyone that passes through.
Damn.
Is there something I can actually help you with?
Damn.
The embassy offices are to your left, while the barracks and living quarters are to the right. If you're looking for a history lesson, I suggest you talk to Ambassador Crocker.
Okay.
Ma'am?
Well, she knows what her job is, and she really doesn't have time for any of the rest of the bullshit, does she? Apparently.
Well, hello there. What a coincidence finding you outside the strip. You should have paid your dues, but no, you had to play hard, huh? Now it's our turn. Nobody fucks with the NCR and lives to brag about it. You're dead, punk.
So this is... Okay, so this is literally... So the robot should take care of this, right? Alright, okay, so this is gonna make me enemies of the NCR because it's just glitched my entire fucking game. If this is an actual thing, I'm done. I'm done with Fallout New Vegas. I'm not gonna be glitched like this. There's nothing I've done to make this happen. In fact, just the opposite. Idolized by the NCR, but what? Absolutely nothing. Just game's broken. Game's just a piece of shit. That's all it can be. So huh. It says you can let the robots take care of it. But if the robots don't come to your defense either, it's just completely broken beyond broken. And if that's the case, fuck, man. I guess it's impossible to do a really complete playthrough of the game without it just being broken on so many levels that it makes it really, really hard to play. It's just that bad. It was fucking glitched from the start. It really was, and it's doesn't seem to be a whole lot better, really, than when it was unplayable when it was released. Obsidian trying to put on big boy pants, and it winds up being diapers, and they just take a shit all over this and then abandon the project. Bethesda has to come try to save it and live with the repercussions. And this thing has cult following and cult status. This thing's a piece of shit. There's some good things in it. Good ideas. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I think I've got an autosave. Oh, I do. Fuck. I'm not going all the way back here. I'm really not going all the way back here. I'm gonna go see if the robots will.
Get soft.
See if the robots are friendly to me.
I'll try hard, ignoring those lips I adore. But how long can anyone try?
Sure, what's up with this? I mean, the game's over. There's no point in even playing anymore. But I'll just. Nah, even the robots are hostile. Okay. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. So y'all see what I'm doing, right? Yeah, that's it. That's all. We are deleting this, and I don't care how much work we put into it. It's broken. It doesn't work. I'm not going to have my entire playthrough now completely sabotaged and glitched and broken and subversed, and everything that's good is bad and bad is good. It's just the game doesn't work. It never has, but it's showing its ass right now, and yeah, I put way too much time in this. You know, every single one of my New Vegas videos playing the Pip-Boy has been claimed by YouTube. Like, literally, like Bethesda's taking anything that comes from these videos. It's not going to be basically anything. It's not like it's that big of a deal. The point being is everything's a copyright infringement. Any music, pretty much anything. I'm done with it. I don't know what we're going to do instead. What time is it? It's not even 9 o'clock. We had some other ideas. Don't really just have a lot of games right now. Yes, you're a streamer, you're supposed to have more games. Yeah, you're probably right. Yes. I probably should. But alright, well, that was a failed experiment. I'm not saying we'll never come back to this. I'm hoping a remaster comes so we don't ever have to come back to this. So that's it. Valid game saved. There we go. That's that. I mean, I'll keep it installed, but I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not. That's the last straw. It's fucking made me rage quit twice. Legitimately rage quit. Like, rage quit for all the right reasons. I had a real inkling a couple nights ago to go play Origins, but I didn't really know what to do. I think I've done everything in Origins that I could really pretty much do. There's some achievement hunting I could do, but I'm not farming for achievements on that shit. Really not. There was that. If anybody's got an idea, anybody here that wants to talk, chat, cool. I'll hang out with you guys for a little bit and we'll figure out something to do. Probably shut the stream down, reset everything. I'm not playing this again. At least not right now. Not anytime in the near future. I kind of thought an Inquisition playthrough just on bullshit GP, but I'd rather play Origins. Origins has a lot more of the immersive quality to it, if you will. What's up, Saul? What's going on, man? How are you doing? Dark Souls 2, I'm fucking playing. I don't even have it anymore. Yeah. And I 100%ed that game too, which I'm actually that. Okay, so like there's some 100% games that I'm proud of. Dark Souls is the one that I'm ashamed of. I just did it out of stubbornness. I literally completed that out of stubbornness. Just because. Because, I mean, I sacrificed some shit for Dark Souls 2. We were off on doing videos and making shit for other stuff. And I just shut everything down. I said, Dark Souls got a sequel, and so we're just going to go do that. Man, I wasn't even fucking a third of the way into that, and I'm like, wow, I'm spending my time on this? There's no point in making videos for it. This game isn't worth even playing. But I was far enough into it that I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get this shit. You know, and try to make it fun with other people. Which co-op was the only thing that made Dark Souls 2 even playable. That was such a piece of shit. Oh, I'm alright, so. Good. think I got another job. I've done all the stuff to get it, but I don't know if and when I start, so kind of, that's, I don't know, kind of up in the air, but I'm going to get back to what I like doing, which is driving and delivering joy to people and meeting their dogs. That's literally what I get off on. That's what I'm good at, apparently. I'm better at that than I am this. Yeah, it just completely broke on me. It completely broke. It's a known glitch. It happened. I went and looked it up. No real way to solve it. There's only one way to solve it that I saw, and I went and tried it, and that didn't work. That's it. So the entire NCR, which idolized me, which I had been working with the entire game, all of a sudden turned on me, and all of them tried to kill me. And then if I did anything about it, House's robots tried to kill me too. It's a known glitch. It completely breaks the game, and that's it. If you run into it, you just start over, basically. So there you go. And if there is any other solution to it, I don't know. Don't really care. Tired of struggling with the game, trying to make it even be playable, and it's just not playable. So especially once you get to a certain point. So a lot of time wasted. Not that we had the worst streams ever, but yeah, I don't know. So what I'm kind of asking is, I mean, I technically have it. At least they say I do. That doesn't mean that I do. They said you had the job. You got the job. No, not necessarily. So, yeah. But anyway, I appreciate it, though. One way or another, it'll work out. So now I'm just like, well, what to do? An inclination I had the other night was to play Origins, but I honestly don't even have a class that I would want to play. I really don't even have one. Not really. Not really. Probably just play a silly old rogue. If I just go in just to play it, then yeah, that's probably what I do, to be honest. Really. I don't have that many games. That's the thing. I don't really have any of the new stuff, and the old ones, like, I mean, there's like, yeah, I mean, I'd like to finish that. I'm just not in the mood to play it. Oblivion now, at this point, even the remaster, it's just got to be in the mood. And if I'm just chomping at the bit to go do that, cool. This was like an indie version of a fucking Souls game. This was Japanese fucking child porn. That's the whole vibe that it gave. I don't have anything to do with that. Don't want anything to do with that, period. Dragon Age 2 ran that shit into the ground for about 2 months. Right. Well, yeah, it broke to the point that if it's not playable, if it's more misery than good, if it's work and no fun, I mean, like, why the fuck would I even do that? I don't know. I wouldn't. I just won't. And so there you go. Mass Effect Andromeda. Got Re-Reckoning. I have to start completely over because I have no idea where I would be at there. Remnant 2, that was annoying. We complete game this again on the that's a cool ass game. I'm not gonna lie. Darksiders 2 is like, it's a work of art. Dude, the puzzles are just so extra. Yeah, I'm a Dragon's Dogma fan. Don't suggest Dragon's Dogma 2. That's like suggesting I go rape a child. I'm not ever gonna do that. So, or that's suggesting that I just fucking murder somebody. I would, yeah, that's anathema. I'm a Dragon's Dogma fan. Dragon's Dogma 2 is the worst slap in the face I've ever gotten as a game. It's even worse than fucking Fallout 4 and Skyrim put together. So if you're about to say that, don't. Just saying. Emphatically, don't say, just don't. I mean, if I don't figure something out, I'm just going to just be done for the night, to be honest. I'll just be done. I actually got Dragon's Dogma 2. Went and took it back for like a 90% loss. And I was just glad I got something back for it. The very next day, I took it back and I said, oh my God. Shame on me for spending money I didn't have on something that's the worst disrespect that any game developer ever gave to their fans. It's the worst fucking piece of shit I've ever seen as a sequel to anything. It's literally even worse than Fallout 4. Dude, the intro to Tales of Arise is like identical to Dragon's Dogma 2. It's literally identical. That's how fucking bad it is. Yeah. Yeah, good. I'm glad you don't know anything about 2. What I just said is everything you need to know about 2. Best RPG ever made. It's right up there. It really is. It's just, it's dated. I mean, it's an old 360 game, and I mean, nobody ever wants to hang out when I play it. Like, this is a stream killer. To me, it's a work of art. The art is friggin' amazing. The development is extra amazing. The music is over the top. And the dude that made the music is passed away. All right, so you'll never get this again. Like this just is not, there's nobody's ever going to do this again. You just need to remaster this game. You need to remaster this game with like modern combat, modern cool shit. Right? I don't know that it needs a Souls type combat remaster. I think it needs more of a Re-Reckoning, Kingdoms of Amalur, as far as like animations and combat and shit like that. It really needs this. If you put this into this in a remaster, damn, that would like leapfrog probably every other favorite game that you actually have. It would just be gangster as shit. To keep the same art style but just upgrade everything and update it and just make it, I mean, it's still amazing for what it was. Just remember, it looks and kind of plays like an early Xbox 360 game, which is essentially what it was. Well, it was later. It came out at the same time as Origins, I believe. Like the same year. Right? I think it was 09. And then they did the Dragon Knight Saga. Would you say the DKS? That's Dragon Knight Saga. It was originally Ego Draconis. Which was just the base game. Dragon Knight Saga was a remaster, sort of, where they added a difficulty level to make it even harder. It was brutal initially. Like the OG Ego Draconis was brutal. It was like Dark Souls brutal if you played it on hard. Then they came up with Nightmare, or I think they called it Nightmare, actually. Anyway, so they came up with that new one. And on the Xbox One, it didn't work. Nightmare would be Nightmare, and then it would be like easy to casual times 1,000. Then it would be Nightmare times 1,000,000 in the same fight. Like something that you just one-shotted, just literally one-shotted you. And the thing that you just one-shotted, when it hits you, it didn't even hurt you. But then the very next enemy that's identical to the enemy you just killed was literally like an end-game boss when you were like only like 20% into the game. Like it was broken as fuck. On the Series X, it doesn't seem to be broken like that. At least not most of the time. So there's that. But it still looks the same. And the loading screens are just as long on the Series X as they were on the 360, which is weird. right? They're literally like they're 30, 40 seconds sometimes. And the art and the graphics and stuff, I mean, it is what it is. Okay, didn't really upgrade or change that or anything. But it's a work of art. It's just dated. It's one of those that's nostalgic, like, you know, kind of like Oblivion. I'm not gonna say it looks worse than Oblivion. It's about the same, maybe. I don't know. But I can honestly say I feel like, and look, it's been what, in about a week? 4/1/2025, right? On April Fool's, it'll have been a year since I played it. It's beautiful. The music it'll give you goosebumps sometimes. It does me, but nobody seems to really feel like that. Like, I'll have a stream, and then, like, let's say there's like 30 of you guys, and some combination of those 30 people will come and hang out, and we'll just be streaming and, you know, doing shit, right? Or whatever. Or you'll catch a video later and you'll say, hey man, caught this, cool, glad you're streaming it, blah, 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 whatever. You know, I mean, streaming shit. It's just how it goes, right? With this game, there'll be like 3 of us at any given time, period, hanging out. No matter what. I don't care if it's a friggin' Friday night or a Saturday morning, right? 3 of us hanging out. And it'll be one person saying, this is one of my favorite games of all time. And you know what? You know what that means? They've done every single thing you can do in the game as well, just like I have. And there you go. So there's a mutual soul, and once they've seen it all, they've done it 1,000 times themselves. You know, not like they're going to be rude about it, but they'll be like, okay, it's nice to know that somebody's playing this. See ya. And so streaming something, like, if you're going to stream something to a community, especially when that community is matured and developed over a period of time, and nobody ever shows up ever to watch it. Oh, I'm curious for 5 minutes. So you should go play that for 500 hours by yourself, because I'm curious to see what it looks like for 5 minutes. That's not how streamers do things, ever. And if streamers do that, which I've done that, it's fucking stupid, which I'm stupid. I get it. I agree. I'm stupid. But continuing to do that is even more stupid. So yeah, this is just it's a fucking stream killer. It's just, to me, it's one of the best games ever made. It's fantastic in every sense of the word. The narration, the art, the game development, the combat system, the loot system. It's not exactly like Diablo or Borderlands, but it's like it's up there type of thing. So yeah, I mean that there's crafting, sort of, but like the crafting and the loot and your skills like all work together. There's a synergy to like everything you do. And how you level up, like if you kill something in the game, it's dead forever. So you better make it count the first time. You know, it's that type of thing. And the game is what do you call it? The Radiant. It's Radiant scaled. So if you go into a level 10 area at level 9, you're probably going to have a lot of problems. You go in there at level 10, you still might have some problems based on your difficulty level, right? But if you go in there at level 11 and everything else is level 10, you have a serious advantage, but your XP is reduced by like half. And then it just exponentially gets worse after that. So like, you can level early, you can level later, you can turn in quests early, you can turn in quests later, you know, and it all kind of balances out in the long run anyway. But if you want to level up like early faster, you face some hard shit earlier and complete some big quests earlier that are like really hard, and you'll get like an exponential bonus to your leveling. But then all of a sudden you've out-leveled everything around you. And so you go through a bunch of shit and it's easier to kill. You can kind of sort of breeze through it. Whereas you're basically getting one shot at a second ago. Now you're freaking 1 and 2 shotting everything else. Based on your build and based on what you're doing. Right? and then you're getting almost no rewards, and then you kind of almost stop leveling for a while. Anyway, it's a really it's an amazing system. It's an amazing system. Anyway, I'll be back. If you guys decide on something you want to do, or if you're just going to leave it up to me, I'm going to think about it. When I get back, I'll tell you what I think. Maybe. I don't know that I want to play another Fallout game until the remaster comes out, to be honest. I think we'll just let that itch get more itchy. Yeah, we did kind of fuck that up, didn't we? I don't think Fallout 3 is broken at all. I don't really have any problems with Fallout 3. Very, very seldom does a glitch or anything come up that either isn't immediately solvable or is just, it's so rare that it's not even, yeah, I don't know. Greedfall, yeah, for an indie game, it was a glorified phone game, but it was at least had some cool elements to it. There was another game that had something like that. It was oh fuck. It had like one of the best combat systems I had seen. Like you had enemies with like shields and then even spike shields that like did more stagger. And it was very Dark Souls. There wasn't like necessarily like a poise meter per se, but it definitely worked off poise and stagger. Like the advantage was yours, so weapons that you got that could produce stagger, and the faster you could attack with them. Like if you had a big heavy weapon, it might produce like a huge amount of stagger, but if you had smaller weapons like daggers that actually had like a buff of stagger on them, you could apply stagger more quickly, more often, and be a little quicker. Like, you know, evade a little easier, you know, this type of thing, right? And so like it was a really good poise system. And the enemies had all the advantages you had. And so you had to like learn what enemies you were up against and stuff like that. It's just the story was like literally the entire story was the equivalent of a tutorial, maybe chapter 1 of any other game, right? Like, it just wasn't really fleshed out. There was some cool areas. It was next-gen graphics at the time. I'm trying to remember what the name of that game was. And it got so much hate. And I'm like, man, there's so much good in this game. But it was like, you were getting the beta, and the beta was the full game. Which sucked. But outside of that, it was gangster as shit. And you had, like, choices. You had, like, good and evil, like, choices and paths you could take. You know, like, completely give yourself over to this kind of power, which is more magic. Or else just not do that, and just, which was more melee. Right? And this type of stuff, right? A little kind of Witcher-esque as far as that goes. But the combat system was fucking fantastic. Dude, I mean, like, the hitboxes and the combat and the stagger were just... They were frustrating at times, but when 99% of the time, when you get fucked up, it's your fault, that's a pretty good combat system. Right? You may not like it, but it's your fault. The game showed you what the game gave you the rules, showed you the rules, and you just got to abide by them. And if you don't, that's on you. If you get confused, how do I weapon swap? How do I do this? How do I do that? That's on you. Right? Anyway, so it was, man, what was the name of that game? It was really interesting. It had a good theme. It was just like a beta. It was literally like a beta. The full game release was like a beta. And that kind of probably deserved a little hate right there, I guess, but still, for what it was cheap. It wasn't a full price game. It was one of those that came out for like 30 or 40 bucks when it was brand new. It was one of those. Indie game, you know, a 1A developer trying to be a 3A developer, using an engine that they just didn't have the funding to make a full-scale production out of it. So they gave you basically a beta version and tried to polish that as much as they could. And there wasn't ever really any glitches or crashes or any of that. It was like beta quantity of game. What was the name of that game? I could think of it. I remember way back when, this has been over 10 years ago, I put out a video defending it just because, and somebody else did the exact same thing in almost the exact same way. And I don't even know who that person was. But they literally almost put out an identical video making the same points as this. This is not a piece of shit. This is like kind of worth something. And they're trying to do something that the game industry at that point was getting away from. So, yeah, you ought to respect this. But these people were not invited to the big boys table. And if you're not invited to the big boy, if you're not invited to Epstein's Island, when you get there, you get some Tom Cruise fucking eyes wide shut treatment. Yeah, they're gonna kill you, right? And so there you go. That's probably kind of what happened with that studio, but kind of same as, what was it, 38? Big huge game studio or whatever that made Kingdoms of Amalur. They got destroyed by the demon craps in the gaming industry. Well, I'm going to do one of two things. You see, I'm sorry, man. This is just off the table because nobody wants to see it. You're like, well, I mean, you talked about it before, so yeah, go ahead and play it. And then I'll see you a month from now. You know, I mean, like, I don't want to see you play it, but you can go play it. But I'm leaving in 5 minutes. Yeah, that's not, and that's just what happens with this game. It's a work of art, though. I would play this game just to listen to the music. I would play this game just to listen to the music. And to run free through, like, fields of wheat and grass and shit, and just, it's got its own thing. It's got its own old school RPG. And I don't mean, like, I'm not talking about old school PC fucking dial-up RPG. I'm talking about old school when, like, Oblivion and Fallout and all that shit was, you know, Dragon Age was just coming out. Like, that old school Peak of the Mountain fucking platinum era RPG gaming vibe that pretty much set everything on fire. That fire died out pretty quick. Didn't take but a couple years for the people that want to make sure that we can't have any fun and just make everything woke and fucked up and toxic. Just destroy every good thing that we have. Didn't take that long for them to do that. But there was a time there where I guess it opened the bank. And then of course, who floods in? When the bank doors are open, who floods in to take all the money and make sure that you don't get any of it? And if you do spend your money, you don't get what your money's worth. That's what happened. But there was a generation. I'm not even going to call it a golden era. I'm going to call it a platinum era of RPGs that just came out and just gave you some shit that was like a tabletop game come to life, and it was just like all other video game genres put together times 5 with shit that they don't even have. And it's just what it was. It was like an entirely different thing. It was an entirely different animal. You either jumped on the back of that animal or you didn't. So for those of us that did, well, we chased the white rabbit. Do you know there's actually a quest in Divinity 2? It's to chase the white rabbit. It was like foresight. They were foreseeing. You can say it's a drug reference, and it is. You're always chasing that first high, whether you're a crackhead or, a junkie, heroin user or whatever. You're always, chasing the white rabbit. But also for a gamer, an RPG player, like, do you think that they kind of knew that they were coming out with something that was going to be phased out by the corporates and the gaming industry and this and that and blah, blah, blah? You could chase that white rabbit. It was a magical quest. It was a magical thing. But if you want to look a little bit deeper, maybe there was a little foresight there. We've seen a couple things of foresight here lately in games, like, fuck it, Fallout New Vegas. Said a few things ahead of time. Like a lot of shit about the Legion. Man, the parallels with the Epstein files is so dynamic that it's... And then the whole cannibalism thing and the whole Ultralux. Go to the Ultralux and actually talk to them. Dude, they're actually quoting politicians that you've heard in the last year or two. In the exact same regards about the exact same thing. And involving even children. But if they're getting caught, they blow it off and push it off on somebody else. No arrests are made. Like, literally, that's in Fallout New Vegas. That's literally in the Ultralux. Like Mr. What's his name? Hankerson or Henderson or whatever. That's his child. Now, it's an adult child in the game, but in the writing, yeah. In Eyes Wide Shut, it's all adult females, too. But everything about Stanley Kubrick's movie was about fucking children. If you go watch the movie Eyes Wide Shut and replace every nude female and every nude male with a child, that's literally what was revealed in the Epstein files. And Stanley Kubrick, we can't prove that he was assassinated, but he died shortly after that movie was released. And the original version of the movie is not what was released. Let's just put it that way. Now that's fact. What can you prove? You can't get the sheriff to investigate a murder that the sheriff committed. Right? True story. Anyway, so whatever. So Divinity 2, maybe a little foresight. Chasing the White Rabbit. It's an actual quest. Interesting, too, the circumstances in which it arises, too. Because you're looking into the evil people that are trying to destroy every good thing. And you chase the White Rabbit. It's right in the midst of that shit. Anyway, whatever, that's... I don't know. Politics make me uncomfortable because I don't want the truth. I want to just hide behind my facade of the evil child molester cannibals are going to take care of me because they're the ones that write the laws. And I'm paying all my taxes to them. They must be doing the right thing. Whatever, bro. Or sis. Whatever. If that's where you're at, then that's where you're at. And probably nobody's going to move you off of that. It's a bad place to be, though. Anyway, so I'm either... you know what? Fuck this, man. I'm gonna limit it to 3 things? I have to completely relearn this game. I know there was some achievements I was hunting in this one. That's such a grind. Dude, this is as much, if not more, of a grind than fucking Inquisition is. Just to get to some point where you can just play the game. That's fucking annoying. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Andromeda, I have to completely relearn it. I literally would have to completely relearn this. I don't even remember the systems. Like, I don't even remember how to switch weapons. Last time I tried to play this, I'm like, oh my god, I've forgotten everything. Yeah, fuck, I even had trouble finding the tutorials or the instructions on where to find something that I was looking for, right? And the only thing I would do here is just a sniper build. I would just try to use the Black Widow instead of that stupid willy foo flower looking gun that the plant cats, the plant cat aliens. They look like a cross between a plant and a cat. You get one of them as a companion. I don't remember his name. Whatever. Anyway, there's a rifle that they've got. It's per shot. It's the single strongest rifle, but the Black Widow is a 3-shot rifle. And I was always like, if I want 1 shot, 1 kill, I want all the damage in 1 shot. But if you can get 2 shots off, and those 2 shots equal more than that 1 shot, then, I mean, that's something, I guess. And it looks really cool, because the Black Widow is basically the Widow. It's the coolest looking sniper rifle ever made, except the one in Fallout 3 and in Fallout New Vegas, which is the other coolest sniper rifle ever made. It's just, it looks like a fucking Barrett on steroids. Anyway, so I don't see a need to ever even play this again. Nothing you do in this game is ever going to carry over into anything else. It's an offshoot. It's kind of like Inquisition. You say, well, there was a sequel to Inquisition. No, there wasn't. What about Veilguard? What, you mean Veilguard? That has nothing to do with Dragon Age whatsoever? It has nothing to do with any decision you made anywhere in Dragon Age ever? Except taking a dick in your butt? If you want to do that, I guess maybe there's a decision that mattered somewhere, but it still doesn't have anything to do with the lore, because they completely abandoned all the lore, they completely abandoned the entire game, and it has nothing to do with Dragon Age at all. So, an Inquisition was only 10% Dragon Age, and I'm being very generous when I say that. I don't even think it was 10% Dragon Age. If you include the DLCs, there was some lore there, which didn't matter because it had nothing to do with anything going on in the future. You had a dude in a dress doing the same thing to Dragon Age that fucking thing in a dress did to Bud Light. It's the exact same thing. And if that offends you, it's because it's true. And you want to be offended because you want to be angry at Jesus and you fucking hate anything good and you just fucking love evil. And if you're that type of person, why the fuck are you even here in the first place? This is not the stream for you. I won't just try to offend you. I will try to crush your soul till you either get right and repent and realize that you're just an evil person, or you just get the fuck on, or force me to ban you. That's where we're at with that stuff, but that's another discussion. I think out of these 2 things here, there's something I would like to experiment with again in Dragon Age, which is a pretty long playthrough, but I'm talking about Origins. Something, I don't know, maybe make it work? Not really sure. Or I could actually get the rest of my achievements in Oblivion, because the cool thing about Oblivion is you don't have to go out of your way to get achievements. Like, your achievements are just doing shit in the game. Like you do Fighters Guild shit, which I did all of that. You do Dark Brotherhood shit, which I did all that, but you're going to do that every time anyway because, I mean, if you're an assassin doing good things and getting rid of bad people, okay, I can deal with that. It's kind of CIA type shit, right? And that's America, and that's Christian, so I'm cool with that. Yeah, I already did all the Fighters Guild stuff, and the only thing I haven't done is all the main story and all the Mage Guild stuff, which go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. So I'm either gonna play Oblivion or I'm gonna play Dragon Age Origins. So there you go. I could do a vote, but there's not a whole lot of people here. I think that's a lot of fronting and a big waste of time. So, and I also wonder if maybe they patched Oblivion. Finally, at least made it. There was still some problems there. Some issues with crafting menus, some weird stuff. You could fix it. There was some weird things. There's one thing that like literally just broke the game, and I was like, oh, fuck, I ran into the one thing that broke the game. Are you kidding me? Apparently I did. I don't know. I may not have to actually start from scratch. I actually have the mage that's, unless it's glitched. Well, if it was glitched, I probably deleted it. So maybe I actually still have the mage. I was going to do like the whole Mage Guild and the rest of it with that one character. Finish the game as a mage, which I've never done, ever. If I play Origins, I'm going to play a rogue. I'm not sure if I want to start with, it's going to be a dwarf. Not sure if I want to start with the Royal, which gets you an extra, I don't know, 20 sovereigns or so, which is a lot of money to start with. Or go with the sketchy rogue. They start with the same stats. It's just the royal or the noble rogue. You get a credit shit. I think it's like supposed to be 15 sovereigns, but you get like a quarter of that. I think you get actually like 12 from it or something, or 15 from it or something. Yeah, you don't. No, it's a chit for 100. And I think you get like less than a quarter of that if you turn it in early. But you can. You can sell it early if you remember to go to the merchant. If not, you lose it. The noble is a lot more tedious and it's a lot more annoying too. But I mean, it's worth the sovereigns. Gets you an extra couple Grandmaster runes to start with when you go to camp, basically. I don't know. It's just pretty much routine. Yeah, Fallout 3, I don't think I want to touch a Fallout game again until we get a remaster. And if we don't get a remaster, then, I don't know, I mean, whatever. I don't know. The Fallout 3 really is routine. Like, I don't know, unless I get to see a Fallout 3 that has some really good gameplay, and then I get some, like aim down the sights and I get some New Vegas type shit in there that's actually worth doing. Maybe a little sprint, maybe like some really cool shit. Even better graphics. If they go all colorful and fucking rainbow woke unicorns taking a pixie shit all over everything and making everything colorful and friendly again, then I got nothing to do with that. So I don't think they would do that. I think they would keep Fallout 3 gritty. But you never know. Even the best studio, all it takes is one or two voices of Satan woke demon crap to get in there and just make sure that everything fucking is the opposite of whatever it should be. And that shit happens. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't believe I found this. It's crazy. I never pursued it. It's cool to have a copy of it. This shit had so many legal issues with it. It was actually pulled off the shelves. This game was actually recalled. You know, like vehicles are recalled because they like blow up when you drive them. This game was recalled. There was so many legal issues surrounding this shit. Crazy, right? I think it was a Microsoft game too. That's even crazier, but I don't see how they couldn't squash that. Fuck, man. I guess I need to make a choice because it's already after 9 o'clock. I gotta shut the stream down regardless. So if you guys want to come back, when I shut the stream down, I'll only be gone about 5 minutes. I just gotta restart everything. It was friggin' amazing. I think it's showing me having it 100% completed. Let me see. I think I have it. It says I have it 100% completed, but I'm missing one achievement. One second. We can go look it up. I'm either at 99 or 100%, but I think that rounded up. It's like the achievement that I'm going for is like it's worth like 1 gamer point or something, and it's like getting a complete legendary set, but it all has to be the pieces. And and you grind through it. And it's one of those. It's kind of like Mass Effect. It's like progressive. You grind through it, then you grind through it, and you're constantly like just upgrading your shit. It's got a very much a Diablo style loot system and gear system, but each piece serves a certain purpose. So like if you're not about that, if it's a legendary piece, but that's not how you play, you know, if you're not like going like AoE melee or you're not going ranged or some combination thereof, right? Then certain armors, you know, benefit certain things. And dude, it was so long ago, and I grinded this shit for like ever and ever and ever, and I could never get all the pieces. Even played this shit, a friend of mine way back in the day got me into it, and yeah, I grinded the shit out of that. It's cool. It's got kind of a vibe like there was an old robot game way back in the day in like the 70s. It was a cabinet game, and basically you were in a maze, right? And you could move with your left stick, and you shot with your right stick. So you could move right and shoot left. You could move left and shoot right, or whatever combination you wanted to. And so when enemies were here, you would try to get out of the way here, and they were, of course, shooting at you and doing all this. So it's kind of like a what did you call it? Like a bullet time? Not bullet time, but there's a name for it. Anyway, so it was like the earliest version of that, like the very earliest version of that. And remember, this is like Atari 2600 graphics that we were talking about, right? But you could move around, and you could do this, and then, you know, they would start throwing extra shit into the game, like stuff that would like track you and try to blow up on you, and you had to avoid it while you were shooting this, and then dodge their bullets while you were shooting them, and you were going here and you're shooting there, and, you know, doing all this stuff. And of course, each map was, you know, a little bit harder, and it was like, you know, the basis of 1,000 other games that came after it. Anyway, so that's kind of what this is about, is your movement. And your stick presses also affect certain stuff, so you can start creating combos, and then certain buttons will let off, you know, advanced moves and shit like this. And so there's a little bit of the whole, you know, Devil May Cry, Bayonetta type shit involved in there too. It's a really cool combo of all that stuff, and you technically build a character and play through the story, very Bayonetta like. In terms of how you play through the story. Probably Devil May Cry as well. They might have really come from this game, because this came before both of those. So, at least as far as I know, it did. Anyway, yeah, it's actually like really, really cool. It's dated at this point, but it's cool. It's cool. An older game. I was just kind of feeling, just playing through Origins, honestly, just for like, dual wield Alistair. Who's gonna tank? Alistair, every time somebody breathes, Alistair's gonna be knocked on his ass. Who's gonna tank? I mean, if you're all offense, I mean, okay, but 90% of the time, like anytime you deal with a dragon or a blood mage or a group of enemies, a bunch of archers, a bunch of just anything, who's going to tank? Alistair can't tank as dual wielder. He's going to be knocked down every time the wind blows. Every single status effect that can possibly happen is going to affect Alistair. So the shield is the only thing that avoids at least some percentage of that. As a dual wielder, Alistair, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not seeing how that would work, but I'm not saying it can't. I just don't see how it would. And Morgan is a healer. She has no healing skills. And if you give her all the tactics to heal, then she can't like make you any money. You know, like by making like potent lyrium potions and shit like that. Wynn has all the healing skills right out the chute. Morgan has none. Oh, see, you said that to troll me, and then, yeah, and then go to bed? Gotcha. All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it. You're trolling me. Yeah, that's funny. All right, well. Let me see something. This has been kind of a stream killer, too, because I don't think as many people latched onto this that probably should, because the remaster actually did this shit a lot of justice. It's just the original, I think, okay, I can't say it's a mistake, because visually, they introduced the original engine into Unreal, and Unreal just basically put a paint job on it, and then dealt with whatever. But Oblivion had so many issues that it left the studio trying to update and fix one thing, and then when they fixed one thing, they broke two other things. And then when they fixed two other things, they broke three other things. And then they fixed all three of those, they broke two other things. And then we fixed up both of those, they broke 8 other things. And then like it seems like it's snowballing. Because the original engine and everything they were trying to make it do, it just was never polished. Fallout 3 has much fewer issues, but Oblivion did have its share of issues. I mean, it really does. Here's the original right here, right? Yeah, totally. I'm going to take a look. But then if I have a character, I have no idea where that character is at. I mean, I guess I could go look what it's done. If I'm going to start something from scratch. Well, this is a fan favorite. You know what? Actually, I'm just going to go with a fan favorite that's not going to cancel all of my videos and let YouTube take everything. Or not YouTube necessarily, just not let it be claimed by copyright stuff. The game music here is basically community now. You can at least argue that point. Like, hey man, it's game video. I'm allowed to play this game and comment on it. And if there's one thing I do, and I probably do it too much, is I comment the shit out of how to approach it, why we're approaching it, what's going on, why we're doing this, how we're doing that, and what we're planning to do in the future. So of those things, yeah, that's commentary, and you're allowed to post this stuff in that regard, period. Now, if I just didn't ever say anything, my mic was off, and I just played the game, theoretically, yeah, technically, yeah, they could claim all that. Because I'm not even talking about it. I'm not even, like, it's like, if somebody gives you a blank canvas and you paint something on it, they can't claim your artwork because they have the canvas. Their canvas doesn't give them all the rights to anything you put on that canvas as an artist. That's the argument. That's basically the legal argument. And it's a good one. I mean, if a game wants notoriety, especially if I'm playing a game that's almost 20 years old now, but 18 years old, I think, 17, 18 years old, they should be happy for the free publicity. Not that Origins needs publicity anywhere. I'm not going to make anybody play it who's never played it before. I don't think. Although we may have done that once or twice. Cool, right? All right, so all right, well, I'm going to have to shut the stream down for about 5 minutes because I've got to go reset everything. I got to retitle it and whatever. It's going to take me 5 minutes or so. But I'll be back. So if you guys want to chill, cool. If not, then, man, have a great rest of your week. All good. This is what I'm going with until just whenever. And then after that, I don't know. Would love a new game to play. One thing I'm really kind of interested in is Requiem for Resident Evil. I don't have a PlayStation. That would be cool, though. Not going to lie.